Willkommen, bienvenue. How are you, mein Liebchens? As you can tell, I do not have, I have a different head covering. My other hat is in, the closet. I figured, why really, I mean, as long as my head is covered, I think I'm fine, right? Oh, my friends, how are you? Welcome to the Domino House. My name is Lux Domino. I am your currently tech support Sherpa. So Mrs. D made this wonderful pizza. So I have this off to the side. I have my typical drink off to the side. I have my phone that is on a charger off to the side. I have controller. I feel like I need a bigger desk when we move. If anything, just a little bit, you know, just a wee bit. How are you, my friends? Welcome to the Domino House. I also don't like this, that everything up here seems disheveled. Welcome to the Domino House. My name is Lux Domino. I'm your Sherpa of streaming. Tonight we are jumping in ranked. We had an incredible weekend though, watching our friends at a tradition unlike any other. The Masters. Did you end up watching the Masters? Let me know what you thought. Crazy ending. Crazy beginning too. I mean, Justin had a great first couple rounds. It was cool to see him. He has one of those, you know, always the bridesmaid kind of careers. He's been second so many times, runner-up so many times. And it just seems like he started out so strong, and I think that's probably what did him in, just not having the legs to go all the way, you know. But he made it a comeback. Certainly made it a comeback on Sunday though. I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that, man. Our friend Bryson, God bless him. I think he was too clever for his own good, and yeah, he just tried too much, I think. But I'm also trying to just double check my mic skills here. He was going into the last round of the Masters. He was second, and then in the first two holes, it was a 4-stroke swing between him and Rory in the first two holes. I mean, it's like, this is crazy. And then the scientist, I think, came out in him, and he was just trying too many things. Especially off the tee, it seemed like Bryson was drawing it more than he normally does. And I don't know if it's... I know he has new irons for this season. I know that during the first live event on his YouTube channel, after the first live event or before the first live event, he was trying out a new ball as well. So I don't know if he ever was happy with that, it seemed like he was playing the same Titleist that he was, so I don't know. Pro V1X maybe a little too much spin. There were some shots though that I was completely glad you're coming in, but Rory hasn't won a major in a long time, and it was his career Grand Slam. So I told Mrs. D going in, both of them have great. Glad you're welcome back, by the way. Good to see you. Welcome to the Domino House. Bryson obviously has a chip on his shoulder ever since he left. Came back, won the US Open. But Rory, I think, had even a more, for this major specifically, he had such a huge chip on his shoulder, coming so close. What was it, 2017 there that he had his meltdown, and they were, I will give credit, I did not like some of the commentating on CBS. There was a couple times where I'm like, you guys are fishing for storylines that are not. At one point, Jim Nantz was trying, I feel like in the twilight of his career, Jim Nantz is trying to find the iconic lines that he want, like the Al Michaels, "Do you believe in miracles?" And because at one point he said, he tried rhyming glory with Rory, and it went over like a fart in church. It was just not. I was like, really, Nance? Really? Yeah, huge crowd. Probably the most watched Masters since Tiger's comeback. Since Tiger's win in, what was that, 2019? Yeah, huge. Huge for Rory. But also, you could see kind of his mentality coming and going with the a little bit of the yips, you know, at the end. What was it, on 14 or no, coming into 15 maybe, it was that little pitch shot over Rays Creek. It would have been 15 then. 12, the little pitch shot over Rays Creek, and he just duffed his pitch and it went right into the creek. And it's like, bro, like, are you all right? It did not look like his swing. It looked like it was someone else's swing that he borrowed. Gladio says, it's like me. My husband says I don't rhyme very well. Well, rhyming is, there are slant rhymes or off rhymes that you can do. But I think he was just trying to have this be an iconic moment in sports. And I'm like, you already have a huge crowd, rooting for Rory. You already have a huge crowd on Bryson's side, although all the Bryson love kind of went away after he fizzled. But oh, my charger just went down. Oh well. Yeah, I was just shocked. Huge crowd. Just let the crowd carry the moment, you know. Commentators have never been really good at that, I think. But yeah, happy for Rory. Boom. Felt it for Justin, man. He came back, had an amazing eagle putt on 15 or 16, and amazing birdie putt to finish it out on 18 to tie. It would have been more iconic if he just called the golf. Well, I mean, he is the voice of the Masters. Jim Nantz is he's an iconic voice. There's not many of those left in sports. So I will give it to him that he is the voice of the Masters, a tradition unlike any other. That's kind of his thing, right? But then they had, I can't remember who was on color commentary in the booth with him. In the booth, they don't really have a booth anymore. It was former Masters winner, not Brandel, Chambly. Golly, why can't I think of his name? Anyway, so they had a lot of golf minds that were already like taking. I can't, the color commentator at the time. I remember him saying, like, I can't believe Rory did that. That was a dumb move, and I'm like, whoa, easy, fella. And Nance kind of kept it rolling, and I don't know. I think a lot of times when you have this kind of moment, the commentators can ruin it really easily by talking. It's like when sports teams win after so long of a drought. Just let the crowd tell the story, Yeah, I think everyone's looking for their, I don't know, iconic moments now. But it was fun. It was a great Masters to watch. I counted Rory out early, but he made a comeback, man. Just like tonight, we're gonna make a comeback in ranked matches. We offline, we have been doing all right, So we're gonna just keep on cranking ranked. No penalty tonight, no punishment. For those of you who were on TikTok, and did I ever post it to YouTube? Yeah, I posted it to YouTube, right? Yeah, I posted it to YouTube. The commentary or the punishment video, that was fun. And who knows? I have a new favorite show on Hallmark. It's amazing. It's amazing what the Lord does and changing the hearts and minds. Yeah, I had some fun filming that, and yeah, I only have one more, so two more, and that'll set me up for a wee while. Mrs. D made an amazing homemade pizza. Really, the only cheap thing from our fast is the dough, but vegetables and tomatoes and really good.
There you are.
Thank you. Mrs. D's phantom hand there. So we're gonna grind a little bit of ranked tonight. Glad you're with us. Let me know how your weekend was. Did you watch the Masters? Who were you rooting for? Let me know in the chat. Love to talk about that. Love to talk about how your day was going. Badger says it's different than in the days when you had to listen on the radio. On TV, you can see everything that's happening, and instead of having everything described to you. I feel like, I love listening to baseball games on the radio still. That was part of my, I don't want to say earlier years, but I remember much more enjoying driving in a car. What happened? He probably has to go outside then. Lottie, she's working on it. We have a grumpy old man as a dog. We have a grumpy old man as a dog. So yeah, I remember driving, listening to games. It was just great. Golf can be fun listening to the radio. You have a lot more anticipation because you're not watching it. You have that kind of, what happened? But the iconic radio voices, they're all gone, dead and gone. So it's either they pull the audio from the live feed and then just intersplice their own commercials, or they have someone who's on streaming, you know, I didn't get to watch the Masters, which we usually do. Got to see 2 of our grandchildren. Oh, that's fun, Gladjo. I'm glad you're able to do that. It's always fun getting to see family like that. All right, I think we are ready. Let's dive in here. I feel like I'm way too high up in that frame here. But, we have to go to... I feel like we have to change our pants. It's getting to be shorts weather here in Michigan, that's for sure. It was lovely today. A little bit windy, but... Oh, yeah. The pink and blue? Absolutely. Here's the Masters jacket that they have in the game. Since they don't have the rights to the green jacket, they made it a red jacket. I like that one. I could go green. I could go off green. I'm gonna go green. I'm gonna go green overshirt. And that means we're bringing back... Is McElroy still with PGA or he's with LIV? No, he's PGA through and through. They tried to get him over at LIV, but he declined. No, he has too much invested in the PGA. Yeah, I feel like tight pants really are the way forward here. Although these are kind of gray. I like more of a gray look. No, the LIV wanted him, but yeah, wouldn't budge. He was on a podcast that talked about it. Probably, I mean, recently, maybe in 2024, he was on a podcast where he talked about it. I feel like I can rock the mid-size AF1s there. I feel like I need to go black hat. Others had investment, but they went to LIV. Well, I feel like a lot of the guys who went over to LIV, they wanted the ability to create their own content and not rely on. So like when the PGA is essentially a union. You can only do if you are. They make it very, very difficult for you to be your own intellectual property. Let's put it that way. Let's put it that way. So when guys wanted to expand, make more money, expand their brand, PGA said, we don't really want that for our people. And I mean, who's gonna turn down $30 million? Shorter season, $30 million, or whatever you were able to. Some guys were up in the hundreds of millions of dollars for a specific contract that typically I think LIV events play there are fewer LIV events, fewer expectations for you know, the format was different, the setup was different. Live events are so different than PGA events. So Live members were not allowed to play at the Masters. No, if you had special exemptions. So Phil was there, Mickelson was there, Sergio was there, Bryson was there. Who else? If you have to be, so the Masters is different. The Masters operates as their own entity, so they can invite whoever they want. They are a part of the PGA Tour rotation of majors, but the Masters is and Augusta is their own entity, so they operate outside of the PGA Tour. So for good or bad, they invite whoever past champions are always invited. I think past runner-ups are always invited too. They have a bye every single year if they want to come. And then, you know, top 50 in the world are always invited, which always change. The world golf rankings always change. But yeah, they had a couple of guys there from Live. So offline, we were able to get to birdie 3. Hopefully we can get to at least birdie 1. I think we can do that tonight. I think we can climb up a little bit tonight. We'll find out though. We will find out. Dun, dun. All right. This is LA Golf Course or East Lake. I forget which one this is. We're still rocking our micro swing. Oop, stay up. I guess I could have gone for it, but I thought that was water down there. That was my mistake. Pull that down a little bit. I don't know why he didn't go for it either. I will applaud PGA for reaching out to creators a lot more than they have in the past. For instance, the Creator Classic has been pretty good. Yeah, wind's gonna take it. Get up, ball. Nope. Coming out of the rough. Change my monitor here. Ooh. I feel like the PGA figured out finally that they were not the be all end all in golf anymore now that YouTube took that over. So I feel like they were a little late to that party, but at least they're at the party now, you know. No. Might roll up. Might roll up. Might roll in. Might roll in. Let's go, baby. Put the pressure on my boy here. It is so tough to flop that shot in. That put a little bit more pressure on him. He's taking a little bit more time. Got it. Yeah, I think once the PGA figured out people care more about golf on YouTube than they care about watching PGA events, I think that changed their tune about who they work with and who they don't work with. Because all of a sudden they were chumming up to creators for the Creator Classic and more willing to partner with personalities. But like I said, when Live started, no one had ever really thought of a second brand. Golf was PGA. I mean, PGA events have been it, you know, almost a monopoly. Because no one has ever tried a different brand. But I think Norman and I think I was able to get that in time. Double check. Yeah, I think I got it. Stupid bots. I think the whole point of Greg Norman choosing, I don't think it's gonna be enough. We're gonna fly a 3-iron up there. Greg thought that there was, nope, still not enough. Greg Norman thought there was enough room for another brand, so but he also knew that he had to be wise in the vision of who he partnered with. And unfortunately, some people have a problem with Saudi money. For understandable reasons, but also, you know, the idea of a foreign government not being so great when it comes to certain geopolitical activities. It's like, if you think anyone's hands are clean, forget it, you know? So I think he knew that it had to be different at the very least. I would love to go to a Live event. I know it's very ruckus and very a very lively place, let's put it that way. I think it's important to have competition and let the market, if there's market for it, clearly. That's why the YouTube golf scene took off. Because people were tired of boring, personality-less golf. I mean, sure, you had diehards will watch golf every weekend. But with YouTube specifically, the rise of the personality, and you can't say YouTube golf without Good changed everything, and it wasn't just them, but they were one of the first, certainly, that made it a personality-based medium, and I think that was what was missing, and a lot of what Liv wanted to capitalize on was, you know, letting our guys, yes, there is room for tradition and all that, but golf needs to be fun. If younger generations are going to pick the game up, they want to make sure that they're having fun. They want to make sure that it's a good time, you know? So I think the influx of YouTubers and the golf YouTube scene, it wasn't just instruction anymore. It was personalities, and then it just kind of blossomed from there. And there was a handful of guys. Bryson was one of them that wanted to create content for people to help connect them to the game. And I will tell you, it's not because of the PGA that there's been a resurgence of golf, and golf is becoming very, very popular again. And it's not because of PGA events. It's because of YouTube. So yes, PGA will always have the 4 majors, and any other brand, you can't fight against that. Like you can't compete with people tuning in for the Masters or the US Open or the British Open Championship. That kind of stuff matters to people still. So you have to make enough of a different, to the left, wow. You have to make enough of a different product that people are willing to, I want to check that out. And the team aspect of Live is really a cool concept. You have a kind of a senior leader, and then like an under leader, and then 2 up and coming guys typically. The courses that they go to are courses that you will not see on the PGA Tour. But then again, the PGA Tour has, wow, I cannot see the lines whatsoever. Down 1. I wonder if I can mess with my monitor. Yeah, that works. A little bit better. You have the iconic. Okay, it's down a foot, so there's 10, 12. You have the iconic courses here in America and around the world that the PGA Tour goes to every year. The Scottsdales, the Spyglasses, or Sawgrasses and Spyglass. Sawgrass, Spyglass, Pebble Beach, Augusta, Marion, Pinehurst, all of these courses that are synonymous with golf the past 80 years. Live's not going to have that. Like, you have to then rely on, okay, our product is so different and it's so cool that people are just naturally going to be drawn to it. And I know that they make, Live made moves with their, oh, that was close, with their TV deal. I don't remember who it was with, but I think that's pretty good. That's a good sign of at least someone's watching enough that that they're able to, secure a deal, a distribution deal. But I think they were going to make money regardless on their live events. I think that's typically what the investors and what Greg Norman thought of as, if we can get people out to golf Happy Gilmore style, then it's gonna take off. So, and having some names, very popular names. Dustin Johnson was there at Masters as well. Dustin Johnson, Phil Mickelson, Bryson DeChambeau, Sergio Garcia, John Rahm. John Rahm was also at the Masters. Notable guys who went over looking for a little bit more of an opportunity. Cut. Ooh, right edge. Who, if you're not in the hunt on a PGA weekend, forget it. You're not publicized. You have to be your own publicist. So I think a lot of guys were stifled by the union-esque type of system that PGA forced them into. I don't know. But golf has, you know, talk about tradition as much as you want. Golf has always been about personalities. It's a personality-driven sport. I think more so than any other. Maybe NASCAR is really the only other personality-driven. It's individual. I mean, you have, at least in NASCAR, you have a racing team that you know, you have teammates helping each other while they're on the racetrack. But let's see, 20 down. That is 6. That's too much going to pitching wedge, and it's not enough. Pulling back to 9 iron, so we're gonna have to pull it back a little bit more. That should be enough. Right to left breeze, and a little bit of an incline. Sneaker Guru coming in. Thanks for the follow, Sneak. Do you prefer Sneak? Do you prefer Sneaker? Do you prefer Guru? How are you, my friend? Welcome to the Domino House. Good to see you. You know it. I don't know. It's so, because of how I see my chat, I'm counting that as a win, baby. Come on, let's go. All of a sudden, we have a dropout. He was not happy with his performance, I can tell you that. Guru, Dubs in the chat. I know that whenever I see someone come on to my chat window's right here on the camera, so whenever I see someone come up, it takes like a little second, unless they're a regular, which Sneaker Guru, I hope you become a regular here at the Domino House. And everybody who's watching, welcome to the Domino House. My name is Lux Domino. I'm your Sherpa of streaming. Today we are climbing up the ranked. We are 1-0, climbing up the ranks. On our way to Condor, Caw. We have to go through Birdie and Eagle and a lot more before we get there. But glad you're joining us today. Let me know how your weekend went. Let me know how your day went today. Good, bad, or indifferent. I'd love to hear from you. Whenever I see someone pop up and I haven't seen them in a while, or immediately their name doesn't come to mind, or if I know them offline, I try not to say their offline name. But it takes like a little second to be like, oh, how do you either pronounce that, or what did I call them the last time? So I don't know. I mean, Sneaks, I think that kind of sounds weird. Are you a guru of the sneaker? Do you work for Nike? Masters weekend was good as good. Oh, Guru, like crazy good, right? I don't know about the numbers. I want to see the watch time numbers, because I would be willing to say, when you had two of the hottest players in the game right now as your final pairing, it was probably the most watched Masters since Tiger came back and won it. And was that 2019 when he won his last Masters? People watched, you know, and I think that was the case this weekend. Most call me Guru, but I've gotten used to all of it. I was a big part of the sneaker world for a while. Right on. I believe I saw it was 33% higher than last year. That is insane. And last year, gosh, who won it last year? Oh, Scotty, yeah. Which everybody loved Scotty, and he had a tough weekend, you know. He's really the only other big. Other than the live guys coming over, Scotty and Rory are really the only ones left on the PGA side that people are willing to, you know, watch, which is fine. You know, you don't have to have, but like I was just saying, it's a personality game. It's a personality-driven sport. So, oh boy. So unless you're willing to invest in that personality, I'm gonna play smart here. No, I can't. I have to go for the chip. So I don't want to try and waste by going over here. Turn in. Clutch. I mean, Scheffler's really the only one, other than Rory, that people I think will tune in for. There's some guys that are coming up that I think are pretty notable. But I mean, Brian Harmon won. What was the tournament last week? Brian Harmon won that, and nobody really cared, you know. So it's these big events, and it's the big names that still draw to the PGA. So Rory did more with the PGA this past weekend than anyone has not named Tiger in years. I know, and I feel good for him because he's my age, middle-aged guy. In the twilight of his career, he had this monkey on his back just pestering him for the last 11 years since he'd won his first 3. Had so many different heartbreaks. It was cool to see him win and do it in a fashion that was dramatic, and it really told. I mean, from the start of round 4, no, not enough. Oh yeah, because the wind was pushing it. From the start of round 4 to the end of round 4, there was no. You were on the edge of your seat, right? I mean, there was Bryson getting in the first, the 4-stroke switch in the first 2 holes. Bryson then chilling down, but then Rory all of a sudden cranked up to 12 under, but then at the end fell back with that horrible pitch shot we talked about earlier. And then Justin Rose coming in, your first and second round leader, who has, talk about a chip on your shoulder. Like, Justin has come in second so many times on big stages. It's like, I felt for that guy too, The crowd was behind him at the end, I'll tell you that. Ping pong doesn't come close to this crowd, I know. But it was that kind of just back and forth and back and forth. At the turn, I think he had settled into like 11 under, and he was making some pars, and then he had his 2 bogeys. And I feel like I was watching the undercard, what would it be for the underlings? The guys, lower on the post. And I knew that there was someone, what's his name? Oberg was having a great back 9. It's a bummer he had double bogey at the end, pretty tragic, but you had Justin Rose, who else was climbing up the ranks there? It seemed as if there was gonna be something that happened at the very last second. So for it to be Rosie, who the quintessential runner-up in so many times, it was just great to see him at least get excited about where he was at and the possibility of coming back. And then Rory showed up. Oh, little tree. I should have gone to Stinga. Glad just does agree with Sneaker Guru about Rory's contribution of the weekend. I know. Yeah, and Guru, they needed it, man. They're on the precipice, I think, of something. I thought that was the Masters theme for a second. A tradition unlike any other. At what age do most golfers retire to the senior tour? It just depends. Some guys leave earlier. I think there is an age limit to the Champions Tour, and I think it's 50 now. You can be 50. And poor Tiger, his body, his spirit is willing, but his flesh is weak. But so many guys have great, go on to have some really good golf left in them, just not at a competitive level with all the younger guys. So it's crazy to see Sergio still at it. He had a couple of notable shots, but nothing to really pay attention to. And then God bless Phil. He's coming back every year, and it's cool that they let him back. for as much as he's run his mouth, but I'm glad to see him and Grant taking off, you know, that new channel of theirs, that new concept of theirs. So I think for them to partner, I think for them to partner with Live, I think PGA is not willing to do that yet, and they shouldn't. Like, it doesn't matter. Bring the guys in, bring the guys in that you need to for major tour events. And great shot. Phil proved that a couple years ago. He proved what? That he could run his mouth. I love the guy, but he is not. He is popular again because of his YouTube content with Grant. I don't know how much he's popular anymore compared to some other guys, but I loved watching him when I was a kid. I'm a left-handed golfer, so of course I love lefty. And it's really only Brian Harmon that's left. There's one more, not Thigali, but who's the other lefty? Oh, he was 50 when he won the Masters. Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, and Phil, talk about, you know, I think this weekend harkened back to a lot of, I'm going to pop this up in the air more. See what happens. I'm 1 up on the round. I don't think that turned enough. And it went too much in the air. I should have just kept it down. You know, those big stories that are left in golf, what's left? Like a Jordan Spieth comeback, okay. I think people would get behind that, but that's a one-off, you know. If Jordan wins another major, okay, that's a cool weekend. I know there's enough people who like him still. I like him still. Bryson winning another one. I think Bryson at Augusta is a huge story. I'm gonna put this way over here. See how close we can get. A little bit of curve to that swing. Boom. All right. Good lag. I mean, you're never gonna have. Tiger was really the only one who could have potentially beaten Jack's Masters records, because he's at Jack's at what, 6 Masters wins? 86, 75, was it 68, 71, and Tiger's at 5, right? This is where you don't play stupid, Lux. You do not want to give up this lead here that you have. We do have a YouTube video coming out. I'm working on it. I've got 2 in the hopper for our YouTube channel, long form videos that have been really fun to make, and I have 1 in the hopper that I'm working on before I send them all out for this initial launch of all the YouTube videos, long form videos. And this week's one is all about how to win in ranked matches, which, for those of you who have been on the stream before, you wonder why I'm making a video about winning in ranked matches. Good shot. I'm on the upslope. But one of the huge goals, I think, for any ranked player is to be able to consistently win and not have it be your fault if you lose. So one of the ways that you can maximize that is let your opponent make the mistakes. Don't, unless you have to be, unless you're down to it, don't be aggressive. Play conservative. Play more conservative than your opponent, because the higher you go, obviously, the more that it's going to. Nope, I knew it. I should not have moved it that extra little inch. The higher, in ranks you go, the more aggressive and being able to pull off great shots your competitors are going to have. So as you're climbing up the ranks on the bottom tiers, don't play aggressive, play conservative, let them make the mistakes. So I could have gone for driver, and I probably would have been able to thread the needle on that last hole, but I know that I could get a full wedge in there just as good as, you know, a 9-iron or an 8, you know, an 8-iron. That might be left side. That might be fun. Welcome back, guys. All right, 9 up, 9 feet up, so that's 3 yards. I'm gonna leave it. I'm actually going to pull it back to choked because I've got an 8-mile-an-hour wind. Yeah, Guru, go for it, man. What do you got going on? I want to check it out just personally. What happened, Mrs. D? You guys found a new friend? What was it? Was he actually friendly? Oh, fun. Mrs. D just got back from a walk with Watson. That's who I was talking to if you're curious. Ooh, almost missed that one. I just wanted to invite you to a society tournament hosted by a clothing company I run. Win some free clothes and accessories, low score subsidies. WWDGA DGA if interested. Right on. Guru, send me a whisper with that same information. That way I can check it out. I don't have to scroll through former chat when I watch it back. So send me a whisper with all that information, and I'll definitely check it out. It'd be fun. I was able to, I don't know how many of you guys watching also play the game. Some of you guys don't, but I was able to have, I've been wanting to get into TGC for a while. I knew that my game had gotten to the point where I'm actually comfortable with it, with the idea of doing TGC societies. So I officially had I completed my qualifying rounds in one day. Get up there. And I saw everybody on stream, on the different streams that I watch. Revan and a couple other guys. Seems like they did really well in their streams, or in their qualifiers. I did okay. My second and my third round was great. And then my fourth round, I kind of let the cat out of the bag. And then my first round was horrible. But playing on master difficulty, it's kind of like, if you're not used to it. Okay, 11 playing 9? No, 8. So let's try and sneak this in the back corner here. Stay up. Nope. One down? Yeah, one down through 16. Eesh. So yeah, excited to see where I fell in the TGC standings, and I knew it seemed like when I went onto the leaderboards on the qualifying site, it seemed like there was a lot of guys signed up already. So like, I think the number was 25 or 2,600. So I know when I checked the leaderboard of the society today or yesterday, okay, 14, 15 would be 5. Then you have a 5-mile-an-hour wind. 6-iron's too little. Oh, I don't know. 6-iron might be able to get it there if I roll it out a little bit. Get there, baby. No, too right. Might come off that hill though. Nope, didn't come off the hill. I ended up, I think, tied for 400 and something. Which if there's 400 and something guys with you tied, then you know there's at least that many under you. But then how many of those guys are tied? And so I don't know if I did well enough, or I didn't really have any expectations, but I gotta tie this hole, don't I? Get in the hole. It's close. You just what? Oh. Is there any more, za? Wringing my hands here. Definitely move over. I gotta win this one. Send it to sudden death. He hasn't been that good. I just feel like I've been bad. Probably because I'm distracted, right? Well, anything can happen on a par 5. I know I need to get it up that hill. And I know my hybrid has a roll, but I also know I'm being helped up the hill with a 7-mile-an-hour wind. I'm gonna fly it a little bit and see what happens here. It's online. See if it adds distance. Get up on that hill. Alright, that's, I mean, unless he plays it a little bit further left and rolls it up there, which he totally can. Guru says, dig your approach to the game. I'm always so aggressive, so it's nice to see success when you play. Well, I mean, success is, in quotes here, I'm down, I have to win this hole and then win sudden death. Which he just put it close. That's his eagle putt, so. I have to make this, and then that forces him to make it too. But I mean, aggressive, if you play only career, don't worry about it. But if you play ranked, then. Alright. I think I've got plenty of speed coming off the hill here. It's all about line. I feel like this is the right line here. Cut. Cut. By a hair. And I have a lot of them. He kept it left. That's fine. That doesn't matter to him because he's... Yeah, because if he concedes, that doesn't matter. He just won it. Alright. Alright, well, that's a loss. That's alright, though. Womp, 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 womp. I honestly... That was my mistake. I mean, we were right there at the end. We were well within the reach. When I was up 1, I gave up that missed putt. Was that on 14? 13 or 14? So that was my fault. You win some, you lose some. Blessedly, there's no punishment tonight like there was the other night. And by the way, if you haven't seen the punishment video, feel free to head over to our YouTube channel and our TikTok channel. We had a little bit of interesting entertainment options. We'll put it that way. That Mrs. D was very excited to watch with me, and I do have a new favorite Hallmark Channel show. So it's not all bad when you find new content that you like, a new show. Can't all be that bad. All right, let's lock it in, Lux. We're against the Wu-Tang Clan here. Come on. Wu-Tang Clan. Ever since I tweaked my, I need to go back into my graphics settings. You might notice like the ball or the club vanish for a little bit. I honestly, that's not a bad thing. That's just part of the graphics. Like I ticked something that wasn't supposed to be taken off, but I have no idea which one it was. Catch the hill. Nice. Bum, 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 bum. I gotta change my monitor settings again. This is a little too dark. There we go. I think that'll be better. Sometimes it's so hard to see the white lines. Well, I mean, I know I'm wearing sunglasses, but hey buddy. Sometimes it's so hard to see those white lines on the green because they're so small, you know. And I haven't unlocked the greenskeeper ability, so there's only a few of them. All right, down 6, that's 2. I could do a choked. Down 6, no wind. Interesting. I could fly it up a little hotter and then try and just stick it there. Nope, not left enough, or not right enough. Wow, and over. That's too bad. Nope, played too much break on that one. Yeah, it's tough. You know, some people watch. I need to, when we move, we're in the process of trying to find a house. I would love to have a top-down shot. Because of my micro swing, there are things that you guys can't see that I get frustrated at because of what's on my controller. Oh, good putt. All right, we're officially. I can tell that we're in birdie tier. We're hitting some pretty good players. Because I'm using the micro swing, there's going to be a YouTube video coming out soon about the micro swing. There are certain times where I'm not as confident as I should be. And then there's sometimes where I'm like, oh yeah, that's great. I feel like it's because it's upscaling, but I'm not entirely sure. We'll put bloom and all that stuff back on and see if it works. I think it's trying to process the extra frames, or I don't know. I noticed it the other day though when I was working on capturing some B-roll for one of the videos. I was like, why is the club all of a sudden vanishing, or the ball vanishing before the hole? I guarantee you it's not sus. Let's see, similar line that I am. He's taking wood, he's trying to run it up there. Looks like the flag is left. He's a draw hitter. That looks like right on. Dag, yo. Okay. I am also a draw hitter. I'm glad that there's no wind though. It's just one less thing to worry about. Down 8. 3-iron to roll up there though, so I think we have plenty of roll. I tend to leave things to the right, so I'm gonna... Yeah, I ended up pulling that one. Needs to curve right though. I played my normal pull, but I didn't pull it as much as I have gotten used to. Maybe it's because my I put spin characteristics on my ball rather than forgiveness. I wonder if that's it. If you're just joining us, welcome to the Domino House. My name is Lux Domino. I'm your Sherpa of streaming. Tonight we are grinding ranked, having some fun. We're 1-1. And we're about to win this hole because we're going to drain this putt. Let me know how your weekend was. Let me know if you watched the Masters. Still dancing? Who's still dancing? Me? Getting it right. Getting it right. Oh. On the dance floor, yeah. Okay, I gotcha. There's so many euphemisms in, I guess it's not euphemisms, just phrases in golf that you're like, I forgot about that one. Dance floor was one of them. Yeah, I mean, I can't complain when I'm consistently on the dance floor. But I know watching other streamers knowing what it takes to get really consistent. And between having a life with my partner in crime over there, having church life, having investing in friends and ministering to friends and growing with them, connecting with my son, like there's so much that I recently have not had time to even jump on and just get that consistency, you know. I'm glad I'm to the point where it hasn't gone away yet, but like my micro swing is still pretty consistent, but I should have pulled back on that one. But as far as reading putts, like I will say this, reading putts, reading the break is such a learned, I know there's guys that do think of systems like Makachata. Was it Kachata or was it someone else? Maybe it was Respawn who was talking about the method that they used, or that they used to use for reading putts, and I'm like, I mean, I'm just a grip it and rip it kind of guy, I guess. I mean, I've played golf games my whole life, so I know enough about getting comfortable with reading the breaks. But I don't want to get bogged down, especially when you have, a minute 45 or 2 minutes on the on the clock in ranked. Yeah, Guru, you agree with me. I appreciate those guys for what they do, but I would just much rather have a feel. I've gone so much with golf games in my life with feel, that's just kind of how. But the only bad thing is if you're a feel player on the greens, I really think that's the only place that it applies. If you're a field player, you have to play consistently enough that your eye and your muscle memory and all that, it stays updated, right? With everything else, like with my micro swing, I'm able to kind of notch it every single time. I'm kind of feeling that. I've gotten that ingrained that I can always come back to it. And you'll see, like on my swing meter, sometimes there's a little bit of a curve to it. That was a great shot. There's a countdown clock for putting. Well, there's a shot clock in ranked matches just because you can get a shadeless coming in. Just win. Let's see, 21, that's 7. So if I don't do that, 7, that's 1 plus 2. Shadeless, how are you doing tonight, my friend? Good to see you, man. How's the move going so far, buddy? Are you guys officially moved? Yeah, not as good as that guy. Yeah, so glad there's a clock just to help things go along. That way you don't have an opponent that is AFK or AFC for too long. No, it's not breaking that much. No, maybe it is. Oh, Lux. It was breaking that much. Oh, man! Rat farts. Yeah, of course you concede it because you know you're going to go 1-up, pal. That was a great shot. I'll concede it to you. Shayla says, oh, it's been a journey unpacking. I know that feeling, man. I'm so glad you guys are safe and sound and just... I will say this, and maybe Shayla, you can back me up on this. Packing is the worst. It seems to never get packed, but then unpacking, for whatever reason, it's a breeze. Maybe you guys are experiencing it differently, but the last move that we did, it seems like unpacking went really well. Packing took a little bit. Of course, we're in a 0-step place right now, so maybe that crawling up and down stairs. Shayla says, thanks, man. Praise God for the job. Amen, brother. Shooting commercial tomorrow. Right on, man. You'll have to send me deets offline. I'd love to hear about your time on a shoot. Yeah, packing, and I will say this: you are a brave man for doing it with little kids. Man, moving that I have heard, packing and moving with little kids, tough. All right, 13 playing, and we'll call it 12. So 223 playing 219. It's a 3-iron though, so it's gonna roll up. A little bit of wind. I wonder if we go back to. No, I think we stick with the choked approach, which is different than a chocobo. I don't know if that's online or not. Oh, it's online, baby. Get a little bit more up there. I don't know if that's... Oh. I guess Wu-Tang is a little less powerful. If this is his third shot, I wonder if he just didn't drive it far enough. Which is feared. But just it depended on the kids I had for several times when I moved. Man. Bless you. I'm sure that wasn't easy. All right, so here's the thing. I know that I have to come back, and I know I have to win the hole. So do I risk it for the biscuit and try and chip in here, or knowing that his ball is probably an easy putt for him, do I play it? I don't think there's enough room to even play it safe. I have to try and chip in here. Cut. Nope. Those short ones are so tough, especially when they're a breaker. When they're on certain courses, they just there are certain shots like that where you can legit just chip in straight. But a lot of them, I'm gonna wait to see if he concedes. One of the good things about playing ranked with our strategy is that a lot of times you can take the stress off of yourself, and like one of the points that's coming up in the upcoming video is let your opponent use concession as a way to ingratiate yourself to your opponent so that they learn to trust you. Like, oh yeah, that looks like they can make it, when really you're like, I don't even know if I can make this or not. Also, case in point, let your opponent make the mistakes. We're gonna fly a wedge here. It might be too much, but I'm willing to take that risk. I might have just duffed it. That would have been better if it was online. That would have been better if it was online. I think he has one of those shots I was talking about, like it's easier to chip it in because there's no break. So he actually might have one of those shots. During the demo, I would make those all day. It was so much fun. Yep, boom. I think he had a little bit more of a break to it. This is getting pretty it's getting pretty tough. 17, I'll play 16. Sling it out here to the right. I meant left. I left it open. Nope, not enough. Still not enough. I probably was the right line if I did not take the additional inch off. So he's up by 2. Rats. This is not looking good for the old Luxor. 4 holes to go. This is 15, 16. 3 holes to go. I gotta win. Not that winning's the most important thing, but it is right now. When you're a live streamer trying to win at a golf game. I can tell he's not, like, based on some of his choices, I can tell he's not confident, but lo and behold, I am not focusing, so we both have something against us. I'm gonna draw it right over those trees. Boom. Quad perfect, let's go. Do I even have that button anymore? I sure do. Let's go. Might run a bit long. Nope. Alright, so a little bit of an advantage here for second shot. He's got a little bit of a downhill. Definitely left to right, so that's where he made his adjustment. He's gonna play that. He has to be careful though. There's been no wind so far, maybe 2 degrees. 98 degrees? 2 miles an hour. So it's not like some courses where you can really rely on that wind to compensate for your hill line. Okay, there's the opening. Let's see if we can capitalize on it here. Can we get llama hype in the chat? I just need it. I need the power of the llama right now. Gary, you know what I'm talking about. 10 down, so 34 minus 3, but we're being helped a little bit by the wind. I think probably right there. Let's find out. Ooh. Part of the trouble of having the micro swing is if I'm not confident, it stinks. Because I'm making such a little micro move, not a full back and full forward like everyone else. If I'm just making a micro swing, you saw it right there. Like I can start to go like this on the stick, and not good. Bad news bears. I left it a little bit close. And he's on 4. Oh no, he's on 5. No, that was his 4th. Yeah. He's having a rough time. He's probably going to concede here. I'll let him. I'll let him do one more here. He's probably going to concede to me right here. Boom. So right there, I didn't even have to putt. So I'm not even worried about making that putt, trying to figure out, okay, can I do this? Can I not do this? No, my opponent was like, yeah, he's played really well. I've played really poorly. I'll concede. I am going to move this over to the right. Once again, dev team at PGA Tour at 2K, thank you for making that possible. That's such a great ability to have. Ooh. Is the nerves? Ooh, another quad perfect. Come on, baby. I've missed him the last couple times. Or maybe I have not hit any. Maybe that's been the problem, Lux. Not hitting quad perfects. I will say that not hitting quad perfects do not automatically give you an amazing shot. If you aim poorly, they will just take you where you aimed. Damn. Okay, right with me here. Good 3-wood. I have to stick this close. I've been laying off a little bit here, and I need to stick this one close. And I think spinner's gonna do it. Although, no, I do not want to do a spinner actually. I'm gonna try and do a full shot. Let's see if I can bring it back. Because I have done spinners. No, I can't. Rats. Can I do pitching wedge flop? No. Because of this right here, I'm not entirely sure that a spinner is going to get there. So I'm going to play... I will play a spinner. But I'm going to play a 56 degree just to get it up in the air a little bit longer. Get up. That's fine. Stop right there. Stop. Do not spin. Why are you spinning? That would have been great, chat, if it would have just stayed there. Hey, Mrs. D. Hey. Please, nobody clips that. I don't want that getting back to the wrong people. So he's got the same issue. He's a man on a mission. He's got to hit it over the bunker, and depending on how he's gapped his wedges, it looked like he had a 60. That's what I didn't want it to happen. So I'm fine. I landed it and it rolled back, but I'm hitting an uphill putt now, so it's easier to read. So it doesn't break as much, and I'm at least going to be a little one shot buffer. And he got it close too. All right, to win the hole, to force it to 18. I feel like it's maybe like a cup out. I'll go a little bit more than a cup out. Boom. Dead heart. Let's go. Tink, tink, everybody. Okay. Don't have to rely on sudden death now. I have to rely on the 18th hole. Okay. See, when I actually pay attention to my shots and not just interacting with you guys, I do okay, right? I do okay. I swear. Moving over. Yeah, that'll give us plenty of room here. I need to figure out why I am not confident pulling back the stick. Like today in my practice rounds before I got on, I was fine. Confident in my micro swing, but oh, he's falling apart. He almost went pine straw, y'all. On multiple shots where I have been able to have a similar line to my opponent, I've been able to switch the camera to down the line so I can see technically where he's aiming at. I can see if there is wind, how much the wind affects his ball flight. So there's a lot to be gained by switching over your camera to the down the line camera for your opponent. All right, there's a little bit of a shelf here. 50 degree, here's 100. It's up 3. That'd be 119. Choked is fine. I'm gonna roll the choke out a bit more. Not much wind on this, but it is a downhill lie, or a left to right lie. Ball above my feet. That might take it a little bit further to the left. It did. It sure did. I'm okay with that. I should have played more against that hill, that line, that lie, I should say. Good shot, just couldn't. It doesn't seem like he has the pick. So I mean, good shot if all he had was a splash. All right. Come on, guys. To win the match. A little 10-footer. Plenty of power here. Nope, not enough. Too much break. He has been on tilt for a little bit though. Case in point. All right. I'll concede that to him. So he concedes this one to me. So I didn't have to worry about that. Okay, there we go. Don't tell me we can't win on stream. Let's go, everybody. W's in the chat. Throw that out there. All right, here's what we're gonna do. I am going to take a quick break, and I'll be right back, and we will continue. Thank you for joining us tonight. Be right back. Welcome back as I stuff my face with something. The good thing about falling in love with water, at least sparkling water, you know, no harsh chemicals, no sugar, good, you know, just good stuff. Still though, you're drinking. So you're going to have to eventually go. Oh man, welcome back to the Domino House. If you're just joining us, my name is Lux. I'm a family-friendly streamer. I do sports, I do shooters. And right now we're playing PGA Tour 2K25. Climbing up the ranks in ranked mode. Glad to be here with you tonight. Let me know how your weekend went. Let me know if you watched the Masters at all. Did you enjoy some weekend golf? Maybe where you're at, the weather's been fine. The weather's starting to turn here in Michigan. And we're starting to get into some golfing weather, so I'm happy about that. Last season was the first season I was back in Michigan, so I'm excited to start golfing again and see what we can do IRL, you know. I'm just looking at the ranked boards here. And what's crazy to me is that there are so many Condor level. Like currently, not a whole lot of Condor 2s. Or, what's the level before Condor? Albatross. Yeah. So a lot of Albatross 2s. So we have 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 20, 22 Condors. So if you're able to climb the ranks in PGA Tour 2K25 in ranked matches and get to Condor level, you are one of the top 25 players on the game. At least if you think in terms of you're able to win enough that you can climb the rankings. That is insane to me. So this is a fun fact. This is legit Kyle Berkshire, or Berkshire, as some people say, Kyle Berkshire. I like to think in terms of my British roots, so Berkshire. He legit, he's a long, if you don't know him, go check him out on YouTube. I wish I could shout him out here. I think he actually does have a streaming channel as well, but he's a long drive competitor. Multiple time world long drive champion. Former #1 long driver in the world. I figured out that he was actually playing PGA Tour 2K25, and I'm like, no way. It has to be someone like memeing the name, right? It cannot be the real Kyle Berkshire. But legit, Kyle has only 5 losses. He has won 118 matches. That is insane. Compared to me, I've lost 88. But I will say that I'm almost batting 1,000. I guess 1,000 would be you've never lost. Batting 500. I'm 4 away from that. No, because batting 500 would be you've won half of your matches. Batting 1,000 would be you've won all your matches. Am I thinking of something different? My brain's not functioning right now. Anyway, I'm currently birdie 3. I have two more ranks to go before I hit eagle. And birdie 1 is at 999 points. I'm currently at 575. We got a little bit to go. Yeah, some of these ratings are crazy. I mean, if you think of it, though, I mean, in terms of sheer numbers played, I've only played 172 matches. I mean, Kyle's really the only one who has played a small number of games. Everyone else is in the 200s, 300s. Loser's loner here is close at 135, 138. So just goes to show you how good these guys are, or gals. So we are currently on birdie 3. We have to do nothing but win to even. We're on the cusp right now. So, you know, it's real easy. You lose 2, you're back down to par ranking. So let's see who we get here. Wargo or Wargo? I don't know. But he's next, I know that. Okay. Haven't played this course in a while. I forget what this is called. This is one of the Hawaiian courses, if I'm not mistaken. I could be mistaken. A little quad perfect there. Start out the match. That can stop right there. Excuse my mouse cursor one time. Wonder if it says the course. It should say on the scorecard, but... Oh yeah, it did up there. Grove. Oh yeah, Marigold Grove. Yeah. I remember not liking this the first time I played it. That was a long time ago, though. That was like not the demo years. That was like early access, you know. Week before launch, pre-launch. Yep, stick it close there. Oh yeah, by the way, WrestleMania weekend coming up. What a couple weeks it is to be. We got the Masters. For those of you who are believers, we got Resurrection Sunday. Obviously, that kind of trumps WrestleMania and the Masters a little bit. Celebrating the risen Lord. Oh, so close. Right there at the end. It'd be nice if he conceded this to us. But he doesn't know us yet. We have to make him understand that we don't miss these. By barely making it in the hole. I don't know why I play so much break often. I need to get out of that habit is what I need. We'll do 7-iron here. I think even 7-iron's too much. Let's see, 30, okay. So 30 is 10, that'd be 182. I'm interested to see what the 7-iron does. Looky, looky.
1
Looky here. Really should have clubbed down a little bit more. It's alright, you still got a great putt. Great looking putt here. Okay. The door is open. Remember, Lux, it does not break as much. Left side. There we go. The cool thing about can we do 11 birdies in a row? Let's go. Let's try it. The cool thing about those downhill putts, I used to hate them. I've now learned the secret. The secret to downhill putts, and this is coming from a major putts. Please stop. Roll to the right. There we go. The secret to the downhill putt is allowing. You always want to take the measurement that they give you and either know that if it's uphill, it's probably okay. Maybe 1 or 2 feet too hard. Downhill, always go the distance below the hole that they give you. That will give you the best chance, unless it's over a foot, which is pretty rare, but unless it's over a foot, that will give you the best chance to have the perfect speed going into the hole. So many times people don't play the break enough, and the game, I guess, wants you to do this. The developers want you to go into the hole with not a lot of speed, but enough speed to actually get into the hole. But if you think about real life, is that an ocean? It is. Oh no, poor guy. If you think about real life, you want putts to go in, period. And with downhill putts in particular, he still put it left, or put it right. Poor guy. With downhill putts specifically, because you're not controlling on an even putt, on a flat putt, your power controls how much the ball stays near the hole. On an uphill putt, because you're going uphill, you can use the hill to your advantage, putt it a little bit harder, and you know that it's going to stop because the ball's going uphill. It's going to have more of an inclination to stop early. With downhill, because you're going downhill, the ball's not going to want to stop. It's going to want to pass the hole. So when you're putting downhill, going the distance, the next point I have when I'll show you, going the distance that they want you to go will help you make sure that the putt stays near the hole. Because the worst thing that happens, and I've have it happen plenty of times, is you leave the putt too long on a downhill putt and it keeps on rolling and keeps on rolling, and now your comebacker is going to be 6 feet longer than you wanted it to. So I would say 90% of the time, my method, he's going to leave the game. Stick in it, dude, please. I want to get higher ranked. And 2K, if you're watching this, please, please, please make it so that when people leave the game, you get your rank. I don't know why they haven't changed that yet. Mrs. D doesn't know either. She's like, I don't know either. But it only gives you a win. I don't care about a win. I'm playing ranked to stick with my rank. So, yeah, he just left. And watch what it doesn't give me. It gives me the win, and I will take that win. But it doesn't upgrade me to the next level. Next tier. Hey, I unlocked, collected a putter here. That's pretty cool. I was, it wouldn't even want to show me here. I was close to 587. No, I was 550 something. Wasn't I? Maybe they did add that in the last update. I know that it didn't used to. So hopefully that they did fix that. Hopefully. Yeah, I think WrestleMania is going to be a great card this year. Obviously, I'm a big Cody Rhodes fan. I love his work, and I think now that he's gotten back into WWE, I know his work rate is kind of just different now. He doesn't have to work so hard. But going back when he was in New Japan and then AEW, obviously, some of his matches were just instant classics, man. His work rate was so good. But now he doesn't have to. Now he's got so much behind him that he could sneeze into a cup and it would draw money. Not that I would want to see that. I'm just saying if he would sneeze into a cup. If you're just joining us, welcome to the Domino House. My name is Lux Domino. I'm your Sherpa of streaming. Tonight we are climbing the ranks, baby. We're climbing the ranks of ranked play in PGA Tour 2K25. We are playing against Timo. Timo is our new competitor. But let me know how your weekend was. Good, bad, or indifferent. I'd love to hear from you. Jump in the chat. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know where you're joining us from. Let's go get it. Let's go get it. Get it. Little quad perfect there. That's always good to see. Not as long as him. I wonder if he's a power swinger. Maybe he's just got better gear. Let's see, 56 is too much. I just need 3. So I might have to just pull it back a little bit in the air. In the height. Still left it to the left. Wow. Not a good shot there, Lux. I think that might have been my lie. I think it was a little bit of a downhill. It was below me. That was a good shot. Nope, no spin back. So about the same distance as what I did, just a different line. All right, here's one of those shots I was talking about earlier. The chip shots that are basically just, you can nail it right in. See if I can do it here. Talk is cheap until you do it. Oh, burn the edge, and now it's like 13 feet past the hole. Rat farts. Let's see how good his putting is. Dead money. Dead center. Okay. Timo is going to be a little bit of a big one. Of course, our last guy was, poor guy. Our last guy was not the Sultan of SWAT here, the King of Clash, the king of Colossus of Clout. Yeah, rat farts. It's actually, Gladio, it's from a movie about golf. It's the scene in Caddyshack where the priest goes out. Oh boy, first cut. Say again? No, I know they were talking about Babe Ruth in that. But Gladio was talking about me saying rat farts. It's from Caddyshack when the priest. I'm okay with that. The priest goes out. Bill Murray, the greenskeeper. He comes up. The priest comes up to Bill Murray and says, "Young man, can you help me? I want to play." And Bill Murray's like trying to talk him out of it because it's storming. It's gonna storm ahead, and the priest has the best round of his life. And like everything's going in and it's raining. Get in the hole. Get in the hole. Again, just to the right. I need to learn from that then. Learn, Lux. And he misses like a 3-foot putt. And he gets angry and yells rat farts. And then he gets struck by lightning. Not a very wholesome movie, but that part always just stuck out to me. I'm not one for playing golf in the weather. In IRL, I don't. I know there's some guys who don't mind it, but I mean some gals who don't mind it. Well, he's playing the way that I should. That's for dang sure. All right, come back now. We can do this. We can do this. Okay, 8-iron. I don't think I need to play it under here. I think the wind is going to help me kind of soften it. Yeah, soften it to go in there a little bit closer. He's got a sizable putt here, but this is a lot like the one he made earlier, so it's not like he's outside of his wheelhouse here. He might miss it high right. Looks like a left to righter is what he's aiming up for. Nope, dead heart. No! Okay. Can we get... And it keeps on going. Okay. His comeback is going to be a little bit harder than originally designed here. Noonan! Let's see if he gives it to me. Probably not. Probably not. Okay. Dead hard, baby. Okay, down by 1 now. Down by 1. I get honors, though. Set the tone here off the tee. Some courses you play better than others. I've learned that the hard way sometimes. Like sometimes the courses that you like just fit your style or don't have as undulating greens. The hazards don't come into play more, often. He's fine. I mean, he still hit it like 300 something yards. I think my problem with Marigot, when I was playing it pre-launch, is I had not yet gotten the length that I needed, so everything was falling short, and then you were having to rely on your short game skills, which also, at the time, were not developed. So all of a sudden you go from bad shot to bad shot. Adjust it a little bit here. Below my feet. Yep, still it held onto that line here. Come off the hill a little bit. I'll take that for eagle. So you go from a bad approach shot because you can't get there in 2 like I just did, because you don't have the specs for it and your build's not leveled up, and then you don't have the best short game shots available, like pick out of bunkers and the super flop and all that. Great spinner there though, by my friend Timo, not to be confused with Huo. That was Gummo, never mind. Gummo and Huo from the Marx Brothers. Cut. Boom, baby. Tink, tink. All square. 11 birdies or better? Did we birdie last hole? Consecutive. I thought we parred last hole. How weird. All right, here is where it can get tricky. So I'm all square. I do not have to go for it, but I kind of do because I know the guy's going to be going for it. But I might end up in the bunker here. It's that risk and reward, you know? Risking it for the biscuit. Little quad there. It's got to kick left hard. Nope. Okay. I actually thought I was going to go in the left-hand bunker, but that gives him confidence. Mrs. D, do you need that email? Did you just do realtor.com? Password assistance? Really? Are you sure? All right. I think we can do an approach with a 60. I think we're far enough out that that's totally doable. Totally. But we're going 21 up, which is 7 more. The wind's helping us with 3 of it. So I'm going to go... We're not buried completely, so we know we have a little bit of wiggle room here. Just stuck in the ground. I needed that to roll up further, though. He's probably going to get it closer. Although I don't know if he... Because he's lining up for a bunker shot. Because that looks like... Yeah, he's trying to do a long bunker shot. Rather than trying to just treat it like a fairway bunker, which is an approach shot. So I think that was a miss on his part. That might be the window we're looking for. Great recovery, though. Come on. 6 feet? I gotta nail this now. All right, so here's what I mean. It says it's playing 13 feet here on the screen. It's playing... The hole is 1 inch further down. So I'm gonna convert that to 1 foot. So instead of playing 13, I'm gonna play it at 12 feet. I'm gonna have it break at 12 feet, or have the final position be at 12 feet. And if I play it right, on the right line, it will just trickle into the hole with enough speed that it's not going to fly past the hole. Boom, like that. If I had hit it harder, it would have flown past the top of the hole. It wouldn't have taken the break at the end as much. So that's been the key for me on downhill putts. Like I was mentioning earlier, I used to hate downhill putts. Stay up, stay up, stay up. All right, first cut's not bad. Oh. He's right there with me. A little bit longer, though. Jelly. Down 3. Wind is going to help. A little 60 degree out of the rough. I think it just plays natural. Kick right. Come off the hill more? No. He has an opportunity here. I should have played it a little bit more to the right. There was no wind, so why not? He played it dead perfect. Look at that. Nice job, sir. He wants it back. Okay, so once again, it looks like it's uphill, right? But it's actually downhill. So we're playing. It's 11 feet, but we're playing it like 10 feet because we're down. It goes down 1 inch. That gives us the right speed. Nope. I should have played it like the other one. I don't know why. And even that was too much. Because it went past the whole 4 feet. I'm not going to give it to him. Not yet. He's wanting me to, though. Man, I needed to make that. It's all right. We're just going back to all square. Not a huge deal. I wonder if he's AFK. Or AFC. If he plays in controller. No, there he is. That's a lot of break. That's the right amount of break. All right, Timo. Go back to all square with you. See what you can do, buddy. This is one of those matches where you know the player is as good, if not better than you. So switching the camera down the line just to see where he's going, just to see if the ball's being affected by the wind, or you know that he's going to end up in the same area as you are. So that's another reason to switch the cameras. Ooh, little 5. Ooh. I am going to 3 hybrid it in. I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to lay up and have the opportunity to get it in closer. I bet you it seems like he is pretty aggressive, so I think he's going to go for it, although it got caught up in the trees. He's got an awkward lie, a little bit more awkward than me. I can do a spinner here, but I have a little bit of wiggle room on this side, not a whole lot. Kick right. Kick right. Okay, I'm okay with that. I think it was my release, right? Did anybody see that? I think it was, I pushed it. But at least it's consistent enough that I can rely on getting it at least something close and it'll stop. Although I have had spinners, depending on the lie, it's a little bit of a flyer lie for a chip. Good putt. Ooh. He is mad about that. I would be, at least. I gotta win this hole here. Dead heart. Going 1 up, 2 to go. See if I can ride this side here and let it roll out to the right. I don't know where this is coming from. I'll take that one out of the old playlist. Playlist. Some of the R&B stuff on my playlist is actually really good. So I was able to find a bunch of my old music from the olden days of when I would stream, the OG days, and I was able to find that on YouTube Music, and thought I'd switch it up a little bit. All right, so it's playing 1 up. We want to land it a little bit short here, but we've got bunker short as well, so I'm okay with that. I may keep on getting better. He's got the same shot that I do. I mean, that pin is a difficult pin. It's got a large bunker guarding it. Not much. He's gonna try and fade it in there, but it's not enough. He's got like a 35-footer. We were able to get our 6-iron at least flighted past the bunker. We have a little bit of wiggle room here. We would love to make it here. Wow. There you go. If he knows that you're good enough to make that, he's conceding it. And he just conceded the match. I'm not sure if he knew that he was conceding the match. And that's what I meant by sometimes when you use concede to your advantage, sometimes your opponent doesn't remember, oh yeah, if I concede here, then the other person has the match. So we were able to, what was that, 487? 601? Nice. Tommy likey. Tommy want wingy. That's another win for the tote board. Boom. 4-1, not bad for a night. Better than 0-6. Been doing that before. Skinny fightus? Skinny, okay. Skinny fightus? Is it like the disease if you're skinny? Skinny fit US. Maybe, I don't know. Watch it be something like completely wrong and are gonna fly it over this tree for sure. Boom. Little quad there. Like that. Quad coming in. Quad perfect. Skinny fit US. Skinny fight us. Okay. He went what I normally do. I normally stinger that to get under the tree. But I was able to have enough of an angle to get over the tree. Alright, pitching wedge. 9-iron's going to put it too far. So I feel like we have to do wedge and then roll it up further. The wind's only going to take it back just a hair. Too much. Not enough. Wow. Okay. Yeah, that overswing killed it. By 1%. You alright, Mrs. D? I like this guy's setup. This guy looks like he plays golf a lot. Okay. We got one of those where we can chip it in if we're really good. Oh, was I guess I wasn't on chip there. Oh boy. Let's say 16. Well, I need to make this in order to get back, and I'm not going to, and that's all right. I blame myself here. Pretty sure he's going to make this. I'm going to concede it to him. I was not expecting that to be a pitch. That's so weird that it would automatically give me pitch. I just assumed it was a chip. That thing flew. How weird. Good drive there. Oh, that's why this looks familiar. I know this course. Like the back of my hand. We have done some challenges on this course. For those of you who remember our hole-in-one challenge, or no, our Beat the Ghost challenge. This is TPC Southwind. We tried to get 18 under at this course. Did not work. Okay. I think we can leave it a little bit up there. Actually, you know what? The wind is helping there. So I'm gonna draw it back just a hair more. Come back. Nope, didn't. Wind took it. Okay, it says chip, which is good. Nope. Not enough. Not enough to the right, left. But he's got a similar shot, so unless he holds it, which I've seen people do from here. Ooh! I feel like he missed on the same side that I did. And he gives it to me. What a nice guy. What a nice guy. This next hole is going to be a little bit of a blag, because next is the par 5, yeah. So you cannot play this too far to the right. You have to keep it on the left, or else the tree will come into play when you try and hit the green in 2. And he doesn't know that. He's going to have to flight it around that tree. So, let your opponent make the mistake. It's much better to be on this side. I think even maybe that's too far right. Kick left, stay left. Okay, yeah, we have a beautiful shot into it. Even though we let him have, what, 10 yards maybe? We at least have a shot into it here. Hybrid down. We want it to drop in there a little bit. So we're gonna let it ride the wind. And then roll on up there just a little bit. Like so. Stop, stop, stop. Okay. I could have taken a little bit more off there, but yeah, he's got a tree and then a pond to his right. His only shot is to lay up if he doesn't want to try and do a banana slice. Yeah, he's just laying up, and then have that for his eagle shot, which is still not out of. I mean, he's still not out of danger. He can still hit it in the water, or hit it left in the bunker. Okay. So we have a 1-stroke advantage. He has a longer putt than we have a chip. But because we're on the first cut, I'm going to barely hit this. And just try and lead it close. And just play into the advantage. I'm not trying to win it here. If he sinks this, okay, good on him. But I know that it's a tough shot from there, and I'll give it to him. And I expect him to give it to me. Yeah. Excuse me. So that's one of the instances where you want to play your, as much as you can, play each shot conservatively within reason. You play for the win, not for the domination. I knew I can get a stroke there. So this is a 5-iron. 6-iron has trouble. 6-iron, I think, has trouble getting over that bunker, but we'll find out. Yeah, it has trouble getting over that bunker. That's a tight lie. That, but it's not easy. You know, you've got a down. If you go past the pin, you've got a downhill lie, and you're putting downhill. So you really have to have everything gapped out so that you can hit your mark. We'll just get it close here. Ooh, a little under. Right, the pick usually doesn't do that. Maybe I didn't have it far enough out. Yeah, he's at a really, he's in the berm. So he's got a really awkward out. Oof. Might be able to pick a stroke up on him, unless he chips this in. Okay, a little one stroke hold here. Does he give it to us? I wouldn't imagine him giving it to us. Tough speed there. Oh, I should have stuck it with 6. Just playing at 6 feet. It's not an easy putt for him though here. Skinny-fitis. It's like a disease, right? Skinny-fitis. I'm gonna sit here all day until he concedes. That'd be really funny. I've had someone do that. He ended up just putting it. Alright. Easy shot here, nice little quad. Yeah, I remember I think it was before we landed on the micro swing. We might have been doing it, but not as effectively. There was a really tough player earlier on in the ranks that I had a hard time getting past, and I think I ended up having him twice, playing against him twice. Because he jumped out and I jumped out at the same time and then reconnected, and we were close enough in rank that it just put us back together again. Anyway, I had like a 2-footer, and I'm just waiting for him to concede, and he doesn't. And then I did the same exact thing. He was waiting for me, and I didn't concede it to him. It can be petty. Video games can be so petty. All right, this might be where my gapping comes back to haunt me here. Not having a 4-iron, because 3-iron is going to travel, even if it's choked. I'm expecting the pull, and I'm expecting the wind. It needs to stop. Okay, I could have taken a little bit. I could have put it up in the air, flighted it a little bit more, but I think based on where he is, I think he's in light rough. First cut? Yeah. Oh no, he's in the second cut. He has more of a difficult approach than I do, so. He made, did he make one chip in earlier? Or is that our previous guest? Okay. Right to left, playing 7 feet. Doesn't break as much as we think. Doesn't break as much as we... It didn't even break a half a cup? Are you kidding me? Wow. Okay. Left edge, or right edge on that one. I'll try and remember that for that speed of dots. I don't remember what the official word for that is. The little movement dots that go across the screen. Ants? Does that make sense? In the center. The good thing is I had the micro swing dialed in enough that even if I were to miss, like earlier I had a little bit of a more of a banana curve, but the way that I spec'd out my build, I have correction up enough that it takes care of that, and I have my contact big enough and my swing path enough on my clubs that I'm able to compensate for that. So it doesn't come off any more than like 6 degrees. I think that's the most that I've seen since I've kind of dialed in my micro swing. It can get off by 6 degrees. which can be a lot depending on the shot. I didn't mean for that to rhyme. It just happened. It just happened. Uphill, the wind carries it a lot. I'm gonna just tuck it back with some spin here. A little bit of backspin. Overswing might take off enough too. Okay. Yeah, that 1%. That 1% overswing helped me on that one. Typically it doesn't. That penalty it takes a lot off. I think it's 1% is. Was it 1-to-1? I can't remember what Kachada said, but he did the testing on it, and he found, all right, slow dots, right edge, dead heart. Makachada on YouTube did a video on the overswing penalty, and I think he found that it's a 1-to-1. Until you get to like 103 is where it starts to really go up. So it's like 1 yard penalty, 2 to 3 yard penalty, and then if you're over swinging by a lot, it'll knock your yardage down a lot. I think that's what he said. Ooh, pizza coming back to me. Disgusting. So he left it pretty close. He went through the tree here. Go above the tree and get it even closer. Come on. I think I'm still out. No, he's out. Okay. That was a heck of a shot by us. We needed that. Good putt, man. I think he's on tilt, though. I think from that one eagle miss, I think that really took his confidence down on 3. So we're playing down 6 iron. I think I probably need to play a little bit harder, but because I don't think this has enough to roll up there. Oh, it might. No, that was good distance. Just offline. I think that was me though. I think I pulled that off by 6 degrees or a lot, because it pulled more than I was expecting. Right side, yep. This is where I have my cheat sheet right here. Well, there you go. My little cheat sheet. Now that I have autofocus on, letting your opponent make the mistake. If you are consistent with your shots and you give your opponent enough time, they will mess up. And you can use that as information against them, so that if you know, hey, he's not allowing enough break on these greens, then you can use that in the rest of your match. Boom. This is a great night, y'all. 5 wins. 5, not straight wins, 4 straight wins. Good little run here. If you're just joining us, welcome to the Domino House. My name is Lux Domino. I'm your Sherpa of streaming. Tonight, we are busting through ranked matches in PGA 2K25. We're climbing up the ranks. We are currently 2 birdie, maybe? No, not enough. Still 3 birdie. That's all right. We are playing 3 birdie on our way to Eagle. Let me know how your weekend was. I'd love to hear from you, how your day was. Let me know where you're joining the stream from. Good, bad, or indifferent. I'd love to hear from you, get to know you. And yeah, let's have a good rest of the stream. A couple hours left. I think I want to go to 11 tonight. If that's okay with Mrs. D, She's asleep. Indies alone, huh? Indis alone, maybe? Let's see how good he is. Or they are, I should say. Bum, bum. Yeah, I'm glad I found the old Stream Beats catalog. It's the kind of vibe that I like. Harris did a great job getting all of the different types of music. What he did. I like the lo-fi. The chillness of the lo-fi for our stream is it's kind of what we're going for, you know. That might be really dark there left still. This is a hard time loading. All right. Looks like a pretty straightforward course here. U.S. Open. Where'd they play the U.S. Open? Whistling Straits? Is that where it was? I forget. Where'd they play the U.S. Open last year? Not Brookline. Oakmont. God. Yeah, no wonder Bryson had a great time with this with this place. It's straight open. He could just go for it. Not to worry about trees. 9 iron going in, I think. A little bit of a downhill. Nope, not enough. So I shouldn't have clubbed down there. I wonder if he makes the same mistake. So we have to take that into note for ourselves that we clubbed down when we weren't really supposed to. So when the course gives us that information next time, we're not going to club down. All right, so 41 playing 6 inches behind. So it's going to be 36. I'll play 35. No, that's 35, dummy. Ooh, almost missed it there. Been a while since I've had a quad perfect putt. That was a good speed, but not the right line. It's tough on those ones. I've resolved to just lag it up there. Great putt, dude. Great putt. I think he's gonna be tough to beat. I've resolved on those long putts just to play it. I mean, if you lag it close, you're gonna have an opportunity to get it close and to potentially get it in, but there's no way that you can with a shot with that much break. Risk it for the biscuit here. Little quad. I've had a lot of those the last hour, last half hour, eh? Well, he definitely laid up. I wonder if it's more comfortable for him for a full wedge shot rather than a pitch. Which I have seen some players doing. I mean, that's great. Yeah, he definitely, I think he feels more comfortable with that full wedge shot than trying to pitch it up here. And I don't think a full shot. Hey, I can do a full shot. Okay, so 4, so that's 75. But your headwind takes it back. So we should be good there. It's a headwind to the left. Played a little bit under. Okay. I think it was that little bit under that I didn't hit a full shot, so that's why I didn't go as much as I wanted to. Doesn't matter if it lips in or if it goes in straight, you know, dead hard, as long as it went in. I mean, we would like it to always be the heart of the cup, but still down 1. Okay. He's in this alone, maybe. I don't think he's gonna make a mistake. I think we had a missed opportunity there on 1 to potentially stick with him. I'd be very shocked if he made a mistake here. 17, that's 5 plus 2. Here's 5. But the wind takes a little bit of it. I mean, within 10 feet, it's just who can hit their putts. This putts or that putts. Pulling it right or pulling it left. I mean, based on his other putts, I don't think he's missing that, but a little bit of a window maybe. I don't know how that curled in. That did not seem like it was on a line that would curl in. It's all right. We can do that too. Still down by 1. It's all right. We got a great record going. If I'm looking right here, 5 to 1. So. Oh, the bad jokes just keep getting badder. Worser. I mean, the good thing is that we know, we kind of know that he's good enough that we know it's gonna have to be us taking advantage and making. He's not going to make, like that one guy, a gigantic mistake of hitting it off the ledge, you know. But it is refreshing to know that there are people, like we were looking at the leaderboard earlier. That might be a little bit of a window. We were looking at the leaderboard earlier, noticing that there were actually quite a few people who had lost matches. So it's not a foregone conclusion that once you get up to a certain... I did the exact same thing he did. Wow. Must have just been that lie. I thought it would have carried a little bit more. I wasn't in the rough. How weird. He's going for a flop. For sure. Yep. Makes sense. People are still playing it. I might have enough for a spinner here. To the right. Oh, I almost made a bad mistake. Oh, I did make a bad mistake. Rats. Now I gotta nail this to put the pressure back on him. 17. A little bit of left to right. Nope. Good speed though. He can put the pressure on us then. Yeah, he's gonna nail this one. I'm gonna concede it to him just to get a little bit of favor going into the last 5 holes. We'll see if that comes back to help me or not. I didn't want to play such a long flop shot, you know? I mean, he made it work out, but a lot of times I've seen it either go so far offline that you can't come back from it, or have it go 6 feet past or 6 feet under. It didn't used to be that way. They really nerfed it on the last update. He's within striking distance, that's for sure. I mean, that started out way offline. Okay, 6 under. 9 right. Curve back down. Exactly where he put it. Just a different way of getting at it. Well, he's gonna learn a lot from my putt here. I'm gonna pull it back just a hair. No, right speed. Didn't break as much. Let's see if he makes that adjustment. Yep, he sure did. That's what I'm talking about. Sometimes it works against you if your shot goes before your opponent's shot. They can learn a lot from your shot if you miss it, or even if you make it. Okay, down 3. This is clutch time here. This might be the last one. This might be what we end on. Okay, a little bit of a window here. $14 down. So it's 5 iron. Playing 7. 7 right. Nope, it's bunker. I messed up the rhythm. Oh no. Poop stains. Man, I messed up the rhythm on the approach shot. If he makes this, he's done. He could very well make that. Oh. Just barely. Because even if he ties the hole, he still has, what, 1 more to go? 3. No, yeah, he just won it. No, I could come back on the 7. 7, 8, 9, and then go to sudden death. Okay, I got 1 more in it. Okay, he's in the bunker. I have to play pretty much perfect from here. I do not want to thread this needle like he did. I'm gonna go stinger and then hopefully end up near that bunker. I say hopefully. I mean, we have the same distance now, but he's got the benefit of, or the down benefit. What's the opposite of benefit? The discrepancy. He's got the, oh, he hit the lip. No way. Oh, he's even closer now. He has to just hit, yeah, has to hit just a lob wedge out. Oh no. Made for him. 5 iron in. A little bit left to right wind. Quad perfect there. Kick left. Or just stay left. Just, alright. It's close enough. I think he's gonna have a hard time making up those 2 shots, so I think we at least got 1 back on him. Down to the wire. Ooh, goes from bad to worse. Yeah, he's done with the hole. You could tell. Oh, man. Just getting close. Yeah, he concedes that. Okay, so that's 2 up. He's 2 up with 2 left. So it's gonna have to go to sudden death if it goes. Maybe he'll crash out. Crash out and just exit. How great would that be? Probably not. Not realistic at all. We are going to... yeah, I feel like stingering it. It's gonna land there. I mean, I don't have a fade in the book, and I don't want to mess up one, trying one, and have it go completely in the wrong direction. He has a draw since he's right-handed. Okay, he plays it a little bit closer. That means we have to pretty much nail this. 2 inches down, that's 66. I'll play 65. Going across this massive chasm. It was quad perfect. Yeah, not enough to win the hole and the match. My only possible... Did he just nail that? Yeah, as if he goes so far back that it's a difficult putt, but he's made ones from that range before. Just like that. Wow. Okay. You know, sometimes you lose some, sometimes you win some. I think it was his hat, really, if we were to look at what gave him the victory there. I think it was his hat. All right. 5 and 2. Can't complain about that, right, kids? We are going to head out. We are going to actually raid. Let's see who's on real quick. After I get through this menu. I don't think I dropped rank here. I was far enough up. He was actually less in rank than I was. Good job, man. Great job. Let's see who is... Meow, meow, meow. Chief Beef is on. Colbster's on. You know what? We're gonna raid Colbster. See Colbster. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. Hope you had fun. We had a really good night. 5 and 2. Climbing up a little bit further into birdie, but turn off that. Thank you guys. Yeah, we'll be back on Lord willing Thursday night, and I don't know if we're gonna be filming stuff then or just more ranked. We might. Thank you, God, Joe. Appreciate it. We might end up playing some Warzone depending on how we're feeling, which I have not done yet on stream yet. Which would be fun. Taking it back to Verdansk. I've played a little bit offline, but not enough to actually get back into it and get really in the thick of it, you know. Pins and aces. I wonder if that's oh yeah, that's a different golfer. Yeah, same category. I wonder what happened to Colbster. Let me filter here. Similar or smaller size. We could do Stevie T. We could do Rundown. Kev Dubs. We could do Turd Ferguson. Seamount is a very fun guy. There's a lot of people streaming this right now. This is crazy. Nick. MC Glurks. Why am I not seeing Colbster? There he is. All right, we're going to, yeah, glad you'll see you Thursday. We're going to go raid Colbster. Feel free to stick around. Feel free to not. And we will see you on... No, not Sicken Me. That's not who he wanted. I could just type in Colbster. Perhaps not. I don't think I'm following him. Let's just sort by high. I know he's pretty much up there. Yeah, 46. He doesn't need us, but all right. Feel free to stay around for Colbster, and he's actually really a really fun guy to watch. Just his mind for it, his mind for the game, and his mind for how he goes about it. So enjoy the Colbster. We'll see you Tuesday.